Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another exciting day of health. I know you're super thrilled to be here. I'm holding the phone different today to hope to fix my notes problems from yesterday where they were kind of sideways. So hopefully that will help today. Today you're going to get started right away on what we're doing for today's topic. And then at the end, if you have time, you should go back and finish up any notes that you missed from day 1 or day 2. So today's topic is called personal health. We are on Wednesday, November 29th, and I got the date right today also. And our topic is personal health. So on the next page in your notebook, you should be titling it this at the top, date it and title at the top of the page. Wednesday, November 29th, topic personal health. Okay, we're going right into our warm-up. Our warm-up, you're going to write this quote down. Write this quote in your notebook. Write it down. Warm up. Your health is affected more by what you do than by what you know. So you're going to write that down in your notebook, and then you are going to journal, which means write sentences, multiple sentences with a capital letter and punctuation mark. Journal. What does this quote mean? Give 3 examples of how this quote might show up in your life or in the life of someone you know. So what this is asking you, it says your health is affected more by what you do than what you know. So you might know that something is bad for you or something is dangerous, but it might not stop you from doing that thing. So explain that and give 3 examples of how this quote might show up in your life. I'm going to give you 5 minutes to complete the warm-up, and then we are going to pause the video, and we are going to do a little class activity right after warm-up today. So you get 5 minutes, and then we'll pause, and we will then move on after that. Okay, so we are back from our class activity. We're going to start in on our notes now. So the first definition is health knowledge. Health knowledge is understanding of facts or information about health. So that's the what you know. Things that you understand or facts that you have heard or that you have learned or any type of information that you know about health. That's your health knowledge. Health behavior is anything that a person actually does involving a response to a health choice or decision. So you understand that putting on your seatbelt helps save you in case of an accident. But do you actually do it? Do you actually put on your seatbelt every single time you get into the car? So that's the difference between health knowledge and health behavior. You understand it, you know the fact that seatbelts save lives, but do you actually do it? Same thing with smoking. You know, you've seen commercials, you've heard videos talking about how dangerous smoking is. But does that actually stop you from making the choice to not smoke? So health knowledge and health behavior are 2 different things. Just because you know something doesn't mean that you actually do that thing. Our next definition is health. Health is not simply the absence of disease, but a state of complete well-being, physical, mental, and social. So just because you're not sick, it doesn't mean that you're healthy. So it's a complete state of well-being. You are completely well all the way around, physically, mentally, and socially. And we have internal. Okay? There are things that affect your health behaviors. Internal things that affect your health behavior is anything that comes from inside you, your thoughts or your feelings. So you might think inside, ooh, if I do this, people might think that I'm cool. Or if I do that, people will really like me. So that's something that comes from inside of you. Or I'm going to do this because I think it makes me feel good. So those are internal, anything that comes from inside your own thoughts, your own feelings, that drives your health choices, your health behaviors. And then there's external. External is anything that comes from outside influences, other people, advertisements, or events. So you have a friend that's saying to you, hey, you need to come to this party. Hey, you need to come smoke this or do that. That's an external influence. Or my favorite is the commercials for like McDonald's or Taco Bell or something, and you're sitting there watching and you're like, that looks amazing. Like, I must go eat that gigantic Big Mac right now. So that's an external influence that's going to affect your health choices or your health behaviors. So those are external things. Anything that comes from a person, from an advertisement, or maybe even an event that's taking place. Maybe all your family's together and they're all eating cakes and ice creams. And not that that's a bad thing every once in a while, but that external might influence you to have a really bad day of eating. So those are different external factors that will affect your health choices and your health behaviors, even though your knowledge might tell you something different. Okay, at this point, once you have finished the notes, you are going to stop the video. So you'll pause the video and go to the stream section of Classroom where there is an assignment. You are going to complete the health assignment there. It's called the Personal Health Inventory. So I'm going to get that out for us now. The Personal Health Inventory looks like this. It says, rate each of the following statements between 4 and 0 using the following scale by writing the number in the appropriate column. 4 is always, 3 is most of the time, 2 is less than half the time, 1 is rarely, and 0 is never. So we're in the beginning of class. This is the column we're writing in, beginning of class. It is not yet the last day of class, so do not write in this column. You're going to start with caring for my physical health. So you'll read the statement, I make healthy food choices. If the answer is 4, always, you'll write the answer in there. For this, if you write 4, I guarantee it's probably a lie. That means that you don't ever have donuts, you never eat cake and ice cream. Always means always. Means always. Never do you deviate from eating healthy foods. So make sure that if you're putting a 4 down for something, that it's truly always. Okay, 3 is most of the time, which would be where most of us would be for that. So make sure you're doing this correctly. I'm not looking at it. Be honest with yourself to see where you're at. You're going to fill in each column with a number, and then at the bottom, you're going to total that number and just add it up, put it right here. Okay? Then you'll do the same thing for mental and emotional health. Again, we're in the beginning of class column. That's where you're writing this down. Same thing for caring for your social health. For your safety, you're going to do the same thing. Caring for the needs of others, you'll do the same thing, coming up with the total, writing it down in the total box at the end of each box. And then you're going to total them all up. So you'll go back and you'll look, what was my total for physical health? I'll find this number in the very bottom box, and I'm going to write it in the total for physical health right here. Same for mental emotional. I'll find my total in this box right here, and I'll write it down right here in the total for mental emotional. You'll do the same for social, safety, and caring for the needs of others. And then you'll get a grand total out of 100 points right here. Obviously, the closer to 100, the more quote-unquote healthy your behavior choices are. Now, if it's low, that's okay. We're going to hopefully learn some things and practice some things and set some goals in class so that by we come to the last day of class, we'll have a higher number at the end. So that is your assignment. It's on stream, so you can pause the video and go get that completed now. When you're finished, you'll come back for the wrap-up questions. Okay. Wrap-up questions. Why do you think people make poor choices when they know better? So what is the driving factor of making a poor choice when you know, when your health knowledge is Great, you understand, but you still make a poor choice. Why do people do that? Why do you do that? 2, give some examples when health knowledge alone is not enough to change behavior. Well, give me some examples. When is your knowledge not enough to change the behavior that you're going to make? And then name one internal and one external factor that influence health decisions. If you need to go back up to your definitions of internal and external, do that now. If you have questions, make sure you ask. Remember, I will be coming around today to check the warm-up and wrap-up questions. They must be completed for your participation points during this time in health. Okay? If you have questions, raise your hand. I will come to you. Don't get up and come to me. Just raise your hand and I will come over to you. All right? That is it for today. Have an excellent day. If you finished and you did not finish things from day 1 or day 2, now would be the time to go back and complete those.